Test. How's the audio? Anyone in here yet? Happy Friday, everyone. It's a beautiful day out here in Dayton, Ohio. I don't know where you're from, but if you're from Ohio, it's a beautiful day. 75 and sunny. Absolutely wonderful day. Today we don't have a lot to talk about in terms of theme park news, but the topics we do have are pretty interesting. I'm going to wait a couple minutes to start, let a couple people trickle in first. Hey Tay, how's it going? Happy Friday. You're from Ohio, right? It's a beautiful day outside. Beautiful 75 and sunny day. Who else we got in here? Yo, what's up, bud? Bud, how's it going? Midcourse Discourse, what's up? Oh no, thunderstorms in Michigan. So today we have a lot of theme park news to talk about, and Midcourse Discourse. I don't think the news is good for your home park, unfortunately. I'm very sorry to hear what's transpired for Michigan's adventure in the past 24 hours. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yeah, it's beautiful in Ohio right now. I was outside a couple minutes ago. It's like 75, sunny, beautiful, beautiful day. And then next week it's going to snow. So that's just Ohio for you. How's everyone doing? We don't talk about Ohio. You're right. I'm going to jinx it. We can't talk about that. Okay, so first up, let's get the weekly Stardust Racers update. It's closed still. Uh, I'm not sure what anyone expected with that because it's supposed to be closed until March 15th. But here's your weekly Stardust Racers update. Still closed. Also, I did a new tier of channel membership for 99 cents a month. You get badges, you get emojis. That's the first tier. Second tier is $4.99. You get early access to videos. Lots of cool stuff from channel memberships. Check it out. It's copying Hyperia. Oh my god, you're right. Hyperia was down for like, what, months? Was it months or was it weeks? Forgot mock coasters have a curse to them. You're about an hour east of me. Okay, so Columbus then. Sorry, I don't mean to leak your location, but an hour east of Dayton would be Columbus area. Hope everyone's enjoying the weather day. It's a beautiful day. All right, well, I think it's time to get into the weekly theme park news for this week. Also got the multicam setup going. Camera 1. Camera 2. Camera 1. Camera 2. Camera 1's better though. Camera 1's my Sony camera. Much higher quality. Cool sign in the background. I have it on this stream. Last stream I had it turned off because it kind of messes with the lighting. If you notice, when I have it on, the Sony camera gets really confused and it makes the scene a bit darker. And I don't think I can really change the ISO or anything from when it's in webcam mode. Yeah, you guys like the multicam? All right, let's get into theme park news. So first up this week, Enchanted Parks. Oh boy, this is a big one. So as many of you know, I'm sure everyone's seen the news by now. In the past 24 hours, Six Flags has announced that many of their parks are being sold off to Enchanted Parks, a name we haven't really heard before in the theme park world. Dooflemania is running wild, thank you. I have no clue what that means, but thank you, that's very true. Enchanted Parks USA, Worlds of Fun, Valley Fair, Schlitterbahn Galveston, Six Flags St. Louis, Six Flags Great Escape, Michigan's Adventure, and La Ronde all sold to EPR Properties. Yeah, EPR Properties, that's right. Is EPR Properties different from Enchanted Parks, or is that just the same company? I'm very confused by this. All this is very strange, very confusing. All the parks were sold for just over, I believe, 330 million US dollars. So honestly, not a lot. I think California's Great America was sold for just under that at 300 million. If I got that correct, I'm gonna have to Google that in a bit. But yeah, so what's that? 8 parks: Worlds of Fun, Valley Fair, Schlitterbahn, Six Flags St. Louis, Great Escape, Michigan's Adventure, and La Ronde. 7 parks? Is that right? Uh, EPR has owned parks before. That's right. They own Magic Springs, I believe. Is that correct? Mid-course discourse. And, I completely forgot that Magic Springs even existed until a couple hours ago. Honestly, Enchanted Parks is a rebrand of IAM, which is new operator. I saw your video on that. Everyone, check out Mid-Course Discourse's video. He made that a couple weeks ago, I believe. Very detailed, very well researched video on innovative attractions management, I believe is IAM. Very great video that you made. I really enjoyed that. But they sold for just over $330 million, just slightly more than California's Great America. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, but EPR owns Magic Springs, and I completely forgot Magic Springs even existed until a couple hours ago, which I don't think is a good sign. I can't think of the last time news came out about Magic Springs. I feel like I haven't heard anything about that park in ages. People have their doubts about EPR as the owner, but if Enchanted Parks gets a bit of leeway as the operator, they can do some cool stuff. That's very true. I mean, either way, I think Six Flags would have continued to neglect the majority of these parks. So I don't know. I don't think I don't think there's a good scenario. I think it's a lose lose either way. The only reason I know what Magic Springs is because of Adventures with Alex. I didn't know he did a vlog there. Let's be real. Six Flags is unloading the Temu versions of their parks. None of these are considered anything more than average at best on a good day. That's true, but it's also because they've neglected all these parks for like the past 30 years. $330 million is unfathomably cheap for 7 parks. Some of those parks have several $20 million coasters. It's crazy. Hagrid's at Islands of Adventure, I believe, was about $300 million. So all of these parks sold for the price of basically one roller coaster at Universal. That's crazy to me. I don't. I have my doubts. I really have my doubts with. I'm sorry about my squeaky chair, by the way. I don't know if my mic picks that up. I really have my doubts about Enchanted Parks. Um, I feel like the parks that EPR has already owned, we haven't really heard the best things about. I haven't heard anything come out of Magic Springs in ages and ages. I don't know if they're gonna invest a whole lot into these parks, to be honest. The whole deal was way cheaper than Cosmic Rewind. That's crazy. That's just crazy to think about. I feel like okay, let's do the math. This channel has almost 6,000 subscribers. What is $330 million divided by 6,000? If we can just split up the money, I think we could buy these parks back. Let's just maybe just Michigan's Adventure. I really like Michigan's Adventure. If everyone pitches in a couple dollars, we just own Michigan's Adventure. It's just like it's a Doofus hangout spot. What is so 1/8 or 1/7? Was it 7 parks of 330? It's 47. So $47 million. 3 divided by 6,000. I'm not sure if I'm doing the math right, but everyone pitch in about $8,000. We will buy Michigan's Adventure. What do you think about that idea? Are you gonna do Hollywood Nights sometime? I need to badly. The Voyage is so good. Probably not this year. You have to buy the tickets very well in advance, I believe. It's not something I really considered a whole lot. I haven't really gone to a whole lot of ticketed events, especially like Ace events or Coaster Mania, Coaster Talk. I haven't done any of those yet, so I haven't really considered Hollywood Nights. Maybe in the future though. Easy, just $8,000 each. Easy. How many viewers we got right now? We need the other 6,000 to start watching, so they can get in on the plan. We got 7 viewers, so we need a couple more than 7 people to buy Michigan's Adventure. Yeah, that's our first story of the night. Really crazy news out of Six Flags slash Enchanted Parks. I'm curious what you guys think. Mid-course discourse, everyone else. What do you guys think about this news? Because I'm a little concerned. Uh, um, who was the operator of Indiana Beach before the current one, before we have Gene Staples, I think is the current one. Who was before Gene Staples? Was it Premier Parks? Whoever it was just did an awful job, and the park was so neglected. Everything was falling apart. I'm really concerned it's going to be similar to that, like a company that doesn't really know what they're doing and they just let the parks fall apart. We love AI generated Enchanted Parks logo. Is it AI? It looks like it. Definitely looks like it. I don't want to make any claims. I don't want to make any accusations against Enchanted Parks. Uh, I'm not the biggest fan of their logo. It looks AI generated. I'm not sure. I mean, hey, they're only 5 billion in debt. I mean, they got 300 million to pay off the 5 billion. I'm sure that's gonna help. I'm sure Six Flags is gonna definitely recover now. Let's do a stock check right now. What is Six Flags stock at? Oh, it's only down 10% today. It's only down $1.50. No big deal. Oh goodness. I checked the other day. I checked I think Thursday, and it seemed to be going up. Did this news came out yesterday, correct? The stock was going up yesterday, and then today it's down like 10%. Things aren't looking great for Six Flags right now. I mean, if you're $5 billion in debt, I'm not sure if 300 million is going to help a whole lot. But you got to try something. Yeah, I'm curious what everyone thinks. I'm kind of concerned. So let's see. Worlds of Fun, never been there. Valley Fair. Valley Fair was awful. I've been to Valley Fair once. I did not have fun there at all. I thought it was awful, awful. The operations were terrible. Food was terrible. I just had an awful experience at that park. I'm not even sure if I'm ever going to go back there. I might give it another chance this year or next year. Now that's under Enchanted Parks. See if they try to turn things around a little bit. Schlitterbahn, Galveston, never been there. Six Flags St. Louis, never been there. Greasescape, never been there. Michigan's Adventure. I had a really good time at Michigan's Adventure, and it's going to be a real shame if that park goes downhill under Enchanted Parks. I'll be very disappointed. They have some great rides at Michigan's Adventure. Wonderful atmosphere. You had a blast at Valley Fair? You kidding? When did you go? I'm curious. I thought everything at Valley Fair was just awful. I mean, Wild Thing was fine. I thought it was just like a very mediocre coaster. Steel Venom was incredible. That was an awesome ride. Everything else was just like eh. The operations they had like 15-minute dispatches when I was there. I went in want to say 2023. Okay, you went last year. You went 2 years after I went. I went in June of 23. So maybe they turn things around. Maybe I'll go back. Don't sell me on Valley Fair because if I go back and I have an awful time, I'm gonna blame you mid course discourse. But Valley Fair has potential. I think they could turn that around. Michigan's Adventure is already amazing, and I'm worried that they're gonna just ruin it. Renegade was a nice standout. I maybe they retracted. When I went on I had one ride on Renegade. I thought it was very rough. I thought it was like the worst GCI had been on. Excalibur was fine. I don't know. I don't think Excalibur was all that. I'm glad you had a good time though. But yeah, this is a developing story, so we'll see this year what comes of this news. Um, they announced that all Six Flags passes, the All Park Passport, will work at these parks this year. I don't think that's going to be the case next year or years after that. And I'm curious how this will affect Michigan's Adventure because I feel like at least when I went, I don't know. You'll have to correct me on this mid course, but the impression I got was that the majority of the people there are people with Cedar Point passes, and they're just going there because they get in for free. So I'm not sure if this will hurt Michigan's Adventure or this will benefit Michigan's Adventure because more ticket sales. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I did see that. They said they're gonna give people like a $10 voucher at their home park to use on food and beverage because the meal plans might not work, but they didn't really elaborate further than that. It still blew my mind when you went to Busch Gardens Tampa and you just paid attention to Iron Gwazi the whole time because everyone says that park is good. Busch Gardens Tampa has incredible roller coasters, but that's about it. I mean, if the roller coasters are even open, I know Cheetah Hunt's closed right now. I think Sheikah's closed. I think half the rides in that park are just like sitting there abandoned. If you can get on the rides there, they're pretty good. On busy days, most of Michigan's adventures crowds are local. Interesting. So I'm curious to see how the new leadership and separation from Six Flags will affect the park, especially Michigan's Adventure, because that's going to be interesting because it's so close to Cedar Point. I had the impression that most Cedar Point pass holders went to Michigan's Adventure, especially from if you're like from Toledo, Detroit, Fort Wayne. I think it's a $10 voucher regardless of the solution, and I assume they're gonna try to make it work. If they void dining plans, you'll riot. Oh, that would be awful for you. Oh no. Did you ever finish your? You were doing a video about all the food at Michigan's Adventure. I think I want to say. I may be misremembering. Hopefully, you don't have that plan for this year. That would be awful. But yeah, that's all for today from our first story about Enchanted Parks. Pretty interesting news, developing story. We'll see what happens this year. So it's something to pay attention to. Something to I can't speak. Something to pay attention to. Our next story is also from Six Flags. A lot of Six Flags news this week. Fastlane Ultimate. This is strange. This is just weird and bizarre. So let's see. Announced that several Six Flags parks, including Carowinds, King's Dominion, what else? La Ronde, Six Flags New England, Six Flags St. Louis, Over Georgia, Over Texas, Fiesta Texas, Great America, Great Adventure, Discovery Kingdom, and Magic Mountain. Was that 12 parks? So this is not a wristband. Fastlane Ultimate is not a wristband. This is an app. I believe this is on the Six Flags app on your phone. You have to make reservations for the rides. No, because I'm 2 foods away. They never had the grill open. I'm still trying to get. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. I'm sorry to hear that mid-course discourse. I hope you can finish that video. But Fastlane Ultimate, not a wristband like normal Fastlane or Fastlane Plus. This is on the Six Flags app. You make reservations on your phone to ride rides. This is weird. I have no idea what this is. It reminds me of the Flash Pass that Six Flags used to have. And I guess this would make sense for the older Six Flags parks, like Magic Mountain, Discovery Kingdom, places like that that had the Flash Pass reservation system. So locals are more familiar with that instead of Fastlane. But I mean, for King's Dominion Carowinds, this doesn't really make sense. I mean, King's Dominion in particular, I never see lines there. I never see long waits. King's Dominion, every time I've been there, it's just been empty. So I'm not sure what the need is for ride reservations. This just seems strange. I don't see any reason for this, really. Interesting. Especially, I don't know, because I think on one hand, it would maybe make sense at places like Cedar Point or Kings Island that always have lines in the fast lane queue. Because if you think about it, like Steel Vengeance, Top Thrill 2, you're still going to wait 30 minutes, 40 minutes in the fast lane line. So why not make reservations, have it all done digitally, so when you show up to the line, there's no wait and you can just walk right on. But they're doing this at parks that I don't think really need this. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. King's Dominion, I don't think they ever have waits in the fast lane queues. I mean, not that I've seen at least. Carowinds, I think it's a bit more crowds than King's Dominion. So maybe it makes sense there. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Yo, what's up, noob? How's it going? Just a little late. You missed our first topic. Actually, the very first topic was the weekly Stardust Racers update. It's still closed. Talked about channel memberships for a bit. There's a new 99 cent tier. Check it out. Enchanted Parks, Six Flags sold off a bunch of parks. This will all be back in the VOD. This will be uploaded to my channel later. You can rewatch it if you want. A bunch of Six Flags parks are sold to a new company, I believe, Enchanted Parks. Really interesting stuff. And now we're on Fastlane Ultimate. I'm curious what you guys think about this, because this makes zero sense to me. Just like really weird decisions out of Six Flags this week. I feel like I'm Six Flags' biggest hater right now. I'm also, there's a video coming tomorrow. It's on members first right now, so if you're a channel member, you get to see it early. But there's a video coming tomorrow about a bad experience I had at Cedar Point. So this week I'm just Six Flags' biggest hater, I guess. Give Stardust Racers 3 more weeks until it reopens. At minimum, 3 weeks. The official reopening date is March 15th, but it's already been delayed a couple times, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's delayed again. I'm curious what's going on at that ride. Yo, what's up, Droko? I am live. Weekly theme park news every Friday, 6 p.m. EST. Be here for your weekly theme park news. You missed a couple. Okay, I just went back through the topics for a noob, but I'll go back again for Droko. This isn't a topic, but we got multicam. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. I haven't used multicam because I get so hyper fixated on my topics that I forget to switch the... Yo, what's up, Coaster Cat? Nice. I think you're the first channel member. Thanks for that. You see, everyone look, Coaster Cat gets a little cool sunglasses badge next to their name. Who's Droko? I've seen you guys hang out before. I know for a fact you know who they are. Oh, topics, that's right. I was going to run Droko through the topics. Weekly Stardust Racers update. It's closed. Channel memberships. New 99-cent tier. Become a member right now. You have to. You don't have to, but I'd appreciate it. Enchanted Parks. Six Flags sold off a bunch of their parks to Enchanted Parks. What's up, Ryder Andrew? Doing well. It's a beautiful day here in Ohio, 75 and sunny. I hope everyone's enjoying the weather. Beautiful, beautiful day. Yeah, so we talked about Enchanted Parks for a bit. Now we're on Fastlane Ultimate. Carowinds is now my home park after moving here from Orlando. Wow, that's a... How do you like it in Charlotte compared to Orlando? It's a big move. So I'll stick with going on Sundays and weekdays at Six Flags. Channel membership from Droko. Welcome. You have the cool little sunglasses next to your name now. Thank you. The whole Fastlane makes navigating Disney seem easy. It'll be interesting, especially once the parks open for the season. Right now, all I can do is speculate, because I have no idea how any of this is going to work. I mean, Fastlane Ultimate is going to be an app on your phone. That's pretty similar to what Disney has, isn't it? Disney has Lightning Lane or Genie Plus. I've never been to Disney, so I have no clue. It's actually one of the topics later. Not going to Disney, but Disney related. So I have no clue how any of the Disney reservations work, but I think Fastlane Ultimate is kind of similar to that system, where you make reservations. It's not wristband based, it's an app on the Six Flags. No, it's on the Six Flags app, there we go. And you have to make reservations for which ride you want to ride, which is very strange to me. I don't see the need for that whatsoever. I feel like the wristband system is just so much easier and so much simpler. Another one. You have to become a member right now. Right now. I'm just kidding. But if you're not a member, you don't get a cool little sunglasses badge next to your name. And in my opinion, you're missing out. You're missing out. I wonder what will go on with the parks that were acquired by Enchanted Parks. It's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting because hold on, let's, there we go. I feel like a lot of those parks have been really neglected by Six Flags. So specifically Michigan's Adventure, Six Flags St. Louis, What else? Valley Fair, Worlds of Fun. Worlds of Fun has seen some attention. Got what was the GCI called? The new GCI roller coaster they got. Become a member for a 0% chance of Fastlane Ultimate. That's right, Coaster Cat. 0% chance of winning anything, but become a member anyway. Something I'm hopeful in this is I'd love to work with Michigan's Adventure. They make it really hard with no dedicated. Exactly. That's a really good point. I've had really good experiences with smaller parks. I had Scene 75 in Dayton reach out to me. I made a video for them. They were great to work with. Had a really good experience with that. I think smaller parks are able to really pay attention to the little things, reach out to the community, have content creators come and visit. I know Cedar Point's done that somewhat, but I don't think Kings Island has. I don't think the majority of Six Flags parks have. So that's a really good point, Midcourse. I almost called you Michigan's Adventure. It's a really good point, Michigan's Adventure. Yeah, I'd be really happy to see a lot of those parks reach out to content creators in those areas, or just in general. That's something that would be good that could come from this. Mustache badge greater than sunglasses badge. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on Fastlane Ultimate and Enchanted Parks. Weird stuff out of Six Flags today. I don't know what's going on with Six Flags. Weird things. I don't have a little graphic for this one, but our next topic will be out of Disney. Drum roll. Rock and Roller Coaster officially closed. Well, not really. Rock and Roll Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith has officially closed. Aerosmith to be replaced by the Muppets. Is the ride reopening next year? It's reopening soon, but they're going to retheme Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith to Rock and Roller Coaster with the Muppets. Kind of weird. I don't know the last time. I don't know. I'm not a Disney person. I've never been to Disney. I've never been to Disney World, Disneyland. I haven't been to Hollywood Studios. None of that. So maybe I just don't understand like Disney fans. But I haven't seen anything related to the Muppets in years. It's a very weird IP to theme with a roller coaster, I think. Mustache and glasses badge in one? I could do that. I could do that. It's a good idea. Back to work. Well, thanks for stopping in, Coaster Cat. Yeah, I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on Rock and Roller Coaster with the Muppets? I've never been to Disney. I'm not much of a Disney person. I don't really care a whole lot for Disney movies. Definitely not a Disney adult. Curious what you guys think. No one has any comments. Crazy. And one of our final topics today, moving on from Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets, which I never got to experience. I've never been to Disney, so I never got to ride Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. It was down for maintenance when you went, so you never got to ride it. That's unfortunate. Premium tier channel membership, unlimited blue ice cream, and ERT on Mystic Timbers. Okay. Hear me out. I am not a fan of the blue ice cream at Kings Island. I think I've had it once. I had the blue ice cream hot chocolate. I thought it was the nastiest thing ever. It was awful. I don't think anyone really likes Kings Island blue ice cream. I just think the marketing team wants to hype it up, so they start selling merch and making posts about blue ice cream just to get people to buy it. I don't know anyone who actually likes blue ice cream. Disney's worth a shot. Epcot is one of your favorite places, period. But you're also into cultural experiences. I would be too if I could, if I had Disney money. I think a single day ticket is like what, $200, $300 to Disney World. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. If we can grow this channel enough, I'll go to Disney. But Disney's not on the cards right now. What? What? It is so good. Blue and white ice cream together. OMG. Really, Bud Bud. You're the first person, I think, I've ever known who likes blue ice cream. Plus, the retro future vibe of the park is. Epcot looks really cool. I mean, even just not talking about the rides, not even talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. I think the whole atmosphere of the park really seems cool, and I think it would be somewhere that I would just enjoy spending time at. Definitely gonna make it to Epcot one day. Uh, Not soon, not soon. Don't have a whole lot of Epcot money right now. And our one of our final topics today. Oh, well, okay, wait. We have to go back to Enchanted Parks real quick. I missed this bullet point on my notes. I saw a Twitter post. I don't know if this is factually correct. I don't know if this is 100% true, but I saw a post about this. Apparently, the Magic, not Magic Springs. I read the note above that. Apparently, the Enchanted Parks headquarters is a PO box in a random UPS store in Orlando, Florida. I don't know the legitimacy of that, so take that with a grain of salt. But I haven't heard anything about Enchanted Parks before. Apparently, their HQ is a PO box at UPS, so that's kind of weird. What do you guys think about that? You should oh, you should invest in Fastlane Plus for Kings Island this season. I think it's $1,000 for Fastlane Plus, but that might be for all parks. There's no way that's true. I saw that on Twitter. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but it would surprise me. There's no way. There's no way. And yeah, we got Rock and Roller Coaster. We got Enchanted Parks. We got Fastlane Ultimate. Final thing I have in my notes is Dutch Wonderland officially held the grand opening for their Dutch Wonderland Inn today. Their new hotel that's replacing the Cartoon Network Hotel, which I never got to visit, but it looked really cool. I thought the theming, especially they had Jake the dog from Adventure Time, like wrapping around the sign. That looks so cool. I don't like the mobile app. It sounds like a pain for Fastlane. They should stick with wristbands. Honestly, yeah, I don't see how the app would be any easier than just scanning a wristband. Makes zero sense to me, but here we are. Anyway, Cartoon Network Hotel seemed really cool to me. I thought the theming looked awesome for that place. They had themed rooms to like Adventure Time, Powerpuff Girls. There were a couple other ones too. I'm trying to think. Uncle Grandpa, Steven Universe. I think those were two other ones. Super cool, super highly themed hotel. I think it was more of a motel, honestly. It was a budget stay next to Dutch Wonderland Inn. Theming and immersion. Yes, I don't know what that's referring to, but yes, a lot more efficient with wristband. You don't have to like Disney movies or Mickey Mouse to enjoy the parks. The level of theming and immersion far surpasses any park you've been to. It's not the real park; it's a theme park. That completely makes sense, honestly. I think I would really enjoy Disney. I think the food looks really good. I think the theming looks good. Like Main Street USA, the castle, just the park as a whole. Space Mountain seems so cool. I would love Disney. I think a Disney vacation, though, the budget of that compared to my normal trips, no. I looked at the Disney hotels. I I have family that goes to Disney every year. Maybe one day I'll try to sneak along with them on one of their vacations. But they normally stay at I think All Star Movies or All Star Sports or something, and it's like $200 $300 a night, and that just seems absurd for like the lowest tier hotel. You're paying $300 a night. Imagine if Enchanted Parks built a giga at Worlds of Fun. We can dream. Listen, Ben Grace, we can dream. That'd be wonderful. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think a company with their HQ at a UPS store is going to do that. Allegedly, alleged headquarters at UPS. Yeah, no hate against Disney. I think the Disney parks look really nice, but I'm also a little confused by the pricing, especially the hotels. Oh, I'm sorry, the resorts. They're not hotels, even though They have the doors on the outside like a motel. Correction, Giga at Michigan's Adventure. Sure, sure, definitely. That's definitely gonna happen. I would love that, honestly. That would be wonderful. I would love any roller coaster to come to Michigan's Adventure. Michigan's Adventure, Shivering Timbers, incredible. Thunderhawk is an incredible SLC, probably the best out there. Incredible, incredible rides at Michigan's Adventure. If they could get a couple more coasters, I think it would just be outstanding, outstanding ride lineup. My question for Six Flags St. Louis, I wonder how they are going to rename it. That's a good point. Let's go back to Enchanted Parks here. So Six Flags St. Louis was one of the original Six Flags parks. So that's a really good question that Ben Grace just brought up. How will they rename one of the original Six Flags parks? Because for the next year they have licenses to the Six Flags name and DC theming and stuff, I think too. But after that, what are they gonna do? Because you can't just call the park St. Louis. I guess it could be Enchanted Parks St. Louis. But that doesn't have the best ring to it now. Midstick Timbers. That's fair. Mystic Timbers is kind of mid. That's fair. But Enchanted Park St. Louis, what do we think about that? What do we think about that, guys? I don't know if I love that. I mean, it's either that or St. Louis without with no Six Flags, just St. Louis. Welcome to St. Louis. We'll run a poll actually. Hold on. Enchanted Parks, start a poll. Poll is Enchanted Parks. Good or bad? Good. Bad. Start poll. Curious what you guys think. I'm running the poll right now. Let's get some votes on Enchanted Parks. 100% bad. I think we have one vote so far. The only vote is for bad. How many votes do we have? How many votes do we have? Can I see? One vote. We have one vote for bad. 100% bad. That's not very optimistic, guys. With it just being St. Louis, that would cause confusion. It would be very confusing. I'm gonna give about one more minute on the poll. If you haven't voted, vote in the poll. I'm curious what you guys think. We have two votes now, both for bad, 100% bad. Three votes, one's good. So someone in here is optimistic about Enchanted Parks. Someone thinks that something good's gonna come out of this. I think Bud was saying a Giga at Michigan's Adventure. Was that you, Bud? Yeah, it was Bud. He thinks there's going to be a Giga at Michigan's Adventure. Maybe he's the one vote for good. We now have four votes, three for bad, one for good. It's people aren't very optimistic about this, and I don't really blame them, considering their only other park they're operating that I'm aware of is Magic Springs. That one isn't in the best shape. Bad. I sure hope they don't start their own berry type and make a chicken dinner restaurant and name the park. That's oddly specific, Noob. That's odd. It's almost like you're talking about a Knott's Berry Farm. Oddly specific there. Good, and that is rid of Six Flags useless parks. Let them focus on main parks and spend the dollars there. That's fair. That's fair. I think these parks brought in a lot of revenue for Six Flags, though, which they spent at the main parks. So it's going to be interesting now that they don't have revenue coming from these extra parks, how they're going to spend at the main parks. I think that's all the votes we got. So I'm going to end the poll now. 75% bad, 25% good. It's not looking. People are not optimistic about Enchanted Parks, at least not you guys. Dayton Flyers need to win tonight. Oh, I have bad news. I know Dayton Flyers is UD, but I'm not into sports at all. I don't follow Dayton Flyers whatsoever. I don't follow Dayton Dragons. I don't follow Cincinnati Reds. I'm sorry, Bud. I don't care if Dayton Flyers win or not. I'm not even rooting for them. What else was there? Oh, Fastlane Ultimate. Let's do a poll about Fastlane Ultimate. Fastlane Ultimate. Good, bad. Start poll. Do you guys think Fastlane Ultimate is a good change for your perks like King's Dominion, Carowinds, Magic Mountain? Oh, we're already getting votes for bad. Uh-oh. Do you think this is a good change for parks like Carowinds, King's Dominion, Magic Mountain, Discovery Kingdom, now that you can make reservations on your phone for Fastlane? Whoever whoever clicked good misclicked. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. I'm not the most optimistic about these changes, but that I don't want that to influence you guys. I'm curious what you guys think, honestly. What other improvements does Great Adventure need? I would love to see better scenery at Great Adventure. I would love to see better food at Great Adventure. I think Great Adventure has great rides. Well, let me. Great Adventure has great rides, but not a whole lot else besides that. I think they could invest a lot in just general park infrastructure, and that would make me really happy. Just think, what if someone doesn't have a phone? If you don't have a phone for Fastlane Ultimate, I believe you have to go to like guest services or you have to go to the Fastlane building and you have to like ask them to make a reservation for you. It's I think that's what they said because someone asked that on Twitter or Instagram because they were confused, and Six Flags was like super confident. They replied instantly. They're like, "Don't worry about it. We have this all figured out. If you don't have a phone, we'll handle it for you." I'm like, okay, but that just seems really complicated and really confusing. We'll see, I guess. We'll see. Ending the poll now for Fastlane Ultimate. If you haven't voted, share your thoughts right now. Three, two, one. Oh boy, the poll is 100% bad for Fastlane Ultimate. Oh man. Oh man. Just keep wristband. Cedar Fair parks have way better food than Legacy Six Flags parks. Very true. It seems like at least no one in here is optimistic about Fastlane Ultimate, and I don't blame them. I do not blame them. You agree 100%. You're going to have to do that. It's going to go terribly. I mean, I think the only benefit I can think of is if you have Fastlane, like the wristband on the old system, and you enter the Fastlane queue, like at Cedar Point, for example, or Kings Island. Like, let's say you have Fastlane and you enter the Fastlane queue at Top Thrill 2 or Siren's Curse, and there's still an hour wait, and you're like, well, this sucks. Like, I just spent $100 for Fastlane. I still have to wait an hour? Are you kidding me? Um, I think that would be the one benefit because if you can make reservations, then in theory, there's not going to be a line in the fast lane queue because it's a reservation base, so they, only let a certain number of people in every hour. I don't know, but like for King's Dominion or Carowinds, I don't think they really get the traffic that Cedar Point gets. So I don't know. It would make more sense to me personally. It would make more sense to me if we saw Fastlane Ultimate at the busiest parks like Knott's Berry Farm, Canada's Wonderland, Cedar Point, Kings Island. It would make much more sense to me if we saw all these changes there. But at King's Dominion Carowinds, this makes zero sense to me. Zero sense at all. It's very strange. Each park will have their own Fastlane rules. It will be a complete disaster. Uh, I mean, yeah, in the sense of like Kings Island, Cedar Point are going to be different from King's Dominion and Carowinds. But I think for the Fastlane Ultimate Parks, hopefully within the next year or so, within the next season, they're going to have all of this figured out. That's my hope. I'm slightly optimistic that they'll have most of this figured out and they'll have a system in place that works, even if that system isn't better than the wristband system. But we'll see. We'll see. I think Kevin commented earlier that I was drinking a lot of water. I've been talking for an hour straight. I gotta stay hydrated, man. Yeah, that's all the stories we have for today. Not the busiest week in terms of theme park news, but a lot of stuff, weird stuff coming out of Six Flags with Enchanted Parks, Fastlane Ultimate, weird stuff coming out of Six Flags. So not a lot of news, but the news we do have is pretty interesting. So stay tuned. I'm gonna start doing this every week. Stay tuned. Theme Park News Friday, every Friday, 6 p.m. right here. Be here every week, every Friday, 6 p.m. EST. And Vertigo ain't gonna be leaving KI for a while. I would say it's got 4 to 5 more seasons, TBH. That's fair, that's fair. They did just replace the chain or something, but it also spent like the majority of last season not operating, so I'm not super faithful that Invertigo is going to be around a while. I made a video a couple months ago of theorizing that Invertigo is going to leave pretty soon. We'll see, we'll see. When does Darien Lake and Frontier City get moved? Were they not sold? Was Darien Lake not sold to Enchanted Parks? Did Six Flags really keep Darien Lake and Frontier City, but not the other ones? That's so strange to me. It's a good ride, just brace. And Vertigo, yeah, I thoroughly enjoy Vertigo. And Vertigo's one of my favorites there right now, honestly. I feel like every time I have a favorite ride at Kings Island, it's just doomed. It's just like that's karma. I'm unlucky or something. Like Firehawk was my favorite for the longest time, and Vertigo is one of my favorites right now, and it's gonna be gone soon. The Bat is my next favorite, and I'm sure it's gonna be gone soon too. I think it's crazy if Darien Lake and Frontier City didn't get sold, but no, that can't be right. Worlds of Fun? Worlds of Fun over Frontier City? No, it'd be the other way. It'd be Frontier City over Worlds of Fun. I haven't heard anything about Frontier City lately. Yeah, Frontier City's probably next on the chopping block. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. We had quite a few viewers today. I really appreciate everyone. I really appreciate everyone sticking around and chatting. I had a lot of fun chatting to you guys. Thanks for the channel memberships, Droko, Coaster Cat. I think that's everyone. A lot of fun. Be sure to come back next Friday, 6 p.m. EST, for your weekly theme park news here on the Doofles channel. I'm your host, Doofles. Doofles News Network, every Friday. That's all for today. Any closing questions? While I drink my water? No questions. I think I heard Frontier City and Darien Lake are owned by the group who own Enchant. I believe that's correct. See you, Doof. See you, Bud. Thanks everyone for chatting. I had a lot of fun. Become a hold on. Become a channel member right now. You have to. You don't have to, but you get sunglasses next to your name, and it's worth it. It's worth it. 99 cents to have sunglasses next to your name. Tell me that's not worth it. Gotta do a quick plug before I end the stream. New video tomorrow, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern. Be sure to watch out for that one. It's a good one. Oh, Fast and Furious. I completely forgot about that. Fast and Furious trains were revealed at Universal Studios Hollywood. They've got a Dodge Charger, which looks awesome. They've got I don't remember the other cars. I just remember the Dodge Charger. Those trains are so heavily themed. That's going to be an awesome ride when it opens. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Be back here next Friday. I had a great time. Thanks everyone for stopping in. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.